sweetheart. I know. Don't do that. Don't do... Yeah, you did it. Hey guys, Tish from Python Spawn. This week, we're gonna test some of my animals for Nido. Come on in. Okay, so this week we have a little bit of a story to tell. I'm not gonna tell you the whole story yet until I get all my facts. I had an animal pass away on me, and I tested her for Nido, and it did come back negative. So I'm gonna do a couple other tests post-mortem on her as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to do some Nido tests on some of my other animals, probably one from each rack, but I'm only going to show you this rack for now. Any animal that I didn't personally produce, I'm going to do first, and then I'm going to do, it's going to be a process because each test is $25, and I want to pretty much spot check everybody first, see if I have to do my entire collection. So first one I'm going to do is my yellow belly possible mahogany, which I'm pretty sure is a yellow belly mahogany pied. And I want to give a huge shout out to the company. It is Research Associates Laboratory out in Allen, Texas. So this wrong form, because that one has my, that one has all of my information on it. So, sorry. As much as I love you guys, I don't want you guys showing up at my house just yet. Oops. Sorry, Vinny. Alright, so this is the form. It's pretty basic. So there's a bunch of tests, as you can see here. There's DNA tests here. There's panel tests here. Then there's RNA tests right here. And Nido is one of those RNA tests. So it'll pretty much tell you, this testing is on their website. You can get any of these submission forms, and it's different by every species. They have pretty much every animal you could think of there. And reptiles and amphibian submission form is the one, obviously, that I took. So what you're gonna have is your name, your address, phone number, email, so they can contact you. Usually this is gonna be next day. Like as soon as you send it, the next day when it gets there, they're gonna give you results that same day. So you're gonna have the owner's name, the animal name, the species, which I'm always gonna have ball python for the most part, the age of the animal, the sex of the animal, and the date that you're collecting the sample. Now they have different types of kits, but the ones that I need are these swab kits. So, let me turn that around. These swab kits are already sterile. Once you pop them open, there's a swab right on the other side. When you open them up, I don't want to open it on camera until I actually take the test. And they have, I think that you can get 5 tests, 10 tests, and like 100 tests. So that's my next purchase, is 100 tests. It'll give you your credit card information, or you can have a check enclosed in with the amount that you need for that particular test of animals. So the cool part about this is that if you have multiple animals, you can use the same sheet. So let's say I have 15 animals that I'm going to test. I can pretty much, on the back of this form, put 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 15. And then each one will go on there, and we'll sample these as well with each one. And whatever the number is. And then you're just gonna specify live animal testing, environmental testing, and post-mortem. So I'm gonna do live animal testing, obviously. The animal that passed away on me was post-mortem, so I did test that animal post-mortem. And I mean, these DNA tests are $20 each, and you have everything. You can have literally everything done. Everything from a lot of stuff. I don't even know how to pronounce half this stuff. Then you have the panel tests and the RNA test. So the RNA test is what I'm going to be doing, which has like, you can do the Nido test, you can do like an upper respiratory, Sunshine virus, West Nile virus, reptile-borne virus. There's a lot of tests that you can do, and but our primary focus is Nido. So we want to eliminate Nido. So I'm going to start doing my collection one at a time. So I actually watched a YouTube, and it's a shout out to Reach Out Reptiles. I don't know them personally or anything like that, but they had a great video on how to test their animals, and they use a different lab than I do, but I'm gonna use this one because I actually really love the way they do it. I make sure that your hands are sterile. Everything is. I'm gonna have my gloves here. Every animal has a different glove, so I have to take them off. So they're testing. When Reach Out Reptiles did that video, and I was looking at it, there's a specific way to do it, and I would never have known if I didn't watch that video. So I'm gonna teach you, or I'm not gonna teach you because I just taught myself. I'm gonna show you how I do it, the way I do it is how I found out from Reach Out Reptiles video. So let's just get right into it. I'm gonna do the first animal. We're only gonna do one animal on camera, and I'm gonna do the rest off of camera because I don't want to mess up any of the submissions, and I don't want to cross-contaminate any of the animals. And as I say that, I forgot one thing. So this is always a good thing to have when you have snakes or any reptile, because prying their little mouths open, they can get pretty testy at times. And there's a whole kit to that. Though they come in different sizes. I got mine from my local reptile shop, and it's like, you can get on Amazon too. They're like $10. So that's what I use. To sanitize that real quick. I haven't used this yet, but I want to sanitize. I haven't used this particular one, so if it was still in the packaging, I didn't use it yet. I just want to make sure everything is good on here. Won't hurt the animal. It's literally just prying the mouth open for a second. It's literally just to open the mouth for a second. So put that down there. And we're doing the yellow belly. Oh, you're all right, buddy. The yellow belly, possible mahogany pied. He's going into shed. So there is a lot of information on here. But they tell you on the form that comes with it that you don't have to write on it. The paper's sufficient enough. It's okay. It's okay. You're deep in shed. We're about to go deep in shed. Come here, puppies. I know. I hate doing this. I know. It's okay, babies. It's okay. It's always easier when you have another person, but since I don't, open, gently. I know, sweetheart. I know. Open. I know, sweetheart. I know. Don't do that. Don't do. Yeah, you did it. So he is fighting me. Let me put that back into the sterile bit. I don't want to contaminate that. Come here, babies. Come here. Let's see if he'll just let me open it with the tube itself. Because usually I keep that pried open, but come here, puppies. Come. Alright, so you see that part right in there? That's where the saliva is kept. So you're just gonna swab right up there. See that little hole? It's like literally right above the glottis. And you're just going to swab as much as you can in there. A good 15-20 seconds. Try not to get... Open your mouth a little bit more, sweetheart. Try not to get the swab stuck in any of the teeth. This is really hard doing it on your own. It's okay. Alright. Alright, sweetheart. Oh, I know. Now that's safely in there. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. We just gotta make sure you're okay. So, I put it right back in, as you can see. It's enclosed. Didn't touch anything. Really hard to do on your own, but when I pried his mouth open, he kind of left it open a little bit, so that did help me out. And then after that, you're just filling out the form, and I already have one pre-filled out for him with all of my information on there, so I'm not going to fill this one out. I'm going to show a photo of the form when Vinny does his editing, and I'll show you like the bits and pieces, or not really bits and pieces. I'll show you like the one form and pretty much how easy it is to fill out. It's very easy to fill out, and if you have any questions, just call the number on here and the guy will answer any of your questions, any of them at all. There's also the website that's vetdna.com, so www.vetdna.com. Gosh, Vinny will put it on the bottom of the screen. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now with the RNA tests, you do have to get that to them within 24 hours. So on the form, it'll tell you overnight to 48 hour shipping. The form that it showed when I got the package, the reptile testing instructions, it's a different form, right? Here, I'll put it that way. And well, it's not really a form. It's just a breakdown of what you have to do. And I sat here and read the Nido over and over, and they do specify that they must be sampled for overnight testing. So that's what I'm gonna do with any of my RNA tests, Nido. Any of the Nido tests is gonna be overnight only. And then the sample or the results will be back that next day. Like as soon as you send them that next day, when it gets to that lab, you will have your results by the end of the day. So it's really convenient. You'll know right away. So huge shout out again to Research Associates Laboratory. I just wanted to share the importance of testing for Nido. I was unaware for a while. I started doing my research a lot, and I was like, you know what? I've never tested for Nido. Now I had an animal that passed away on me, and again, we'll get into that one in another video, more in detail. And just as a precaution, I know she tested negative, but I just wanted to make sure that anything else in here, I'm gonna probably, like I said, test each rack, and eventually I want to test all of my animals. So, you know, it's a good precautionary thing to do. And I highly suggest it. I know that it can be expensive, especially if you have over 100 animals, but it is one of those things that you have to consider. My mistake was not testing every animal as I got them, because it would not be a huge bill now. It's going to be a big bill for me because I'm going to be testing all of my animals, and that's over 100 animals at $25 a pop. My suggestion to anybody new into the hobby is test your animals as they come in. So as you get an animal during the quarantine process, you test it, and at least you can check that box that the animal is okay for Nido. Because Nido, to my understanding and from everything I've read, I am not a professional whatsoever, but everything I've read and all the research that I've done, it's not, I hate to say that it's a death sentence, but you can no longer have that animal with the rest of your collection. Either you quarantine forever in a Nido rack and just live that and have that animal live its life out, or you euthanize. So I am trying to eliminate both of those options by eliminating the possibility of Nido in my collection. I highly doubt I do, because I did get a lot of my animals from people I know here, and you know, people I've worked with, and you know, people I trust. But you just never know. I did get some of these animals outside of my circle, and they were in their quarantine, no issues whatsoever. They were in their quarantine for 3 months. So I highly doubt it, but I do want to have that precaution. You know, I want to just take that precaution, and I highly advise that you guys do it too. I know this is not the best part of doing, you know, or it's not the best part of breeding. It's one of those sucky parts of the hobby, but at least you'll know and you can do what's right for the animal. Thank you so much for listening. I know it's kind of a lengthy video of a lot of talking and not a lot of snakes, but I just figured it needed to be said. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment below, hit the notification bell. Stay tuned for next week's holiday special, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.